Hey everybody, welcome back to my cyberpunkification of the UCS Death Star from LEGO. This is part 2. First of all, very quickly, I want to thank you for all of your very kind and supportive feedback on that first part where I showed the initial work I had done. Looks like most of you get it and kind of support the direction that I'm going, which is great to hear because I'm doing this for all of you, for the Melonby district, the viewer-inspired and viewer-directed area of my big LEGO display. So I'm glad things are going well, and I have just continued. I have to tell you, this stuff sucks up time. Just hours and hours and hours go by. Twice in the past 2 days that I've been working on this, I have looked at the time and I have audibly called out, "Whoa!" Just at absolute deep, genuine shock at how much time had passed, how much more time had passed than I thought. So we're looking at Palpatine's, well, what was Palpatine's throne room here, and it's been converted a little bit. There's a supercomputer bank in the center of it. It's a kind of triangular shaped device. That was good to be able to use up some of those panels that have the tech details on the insides. We've got one guy doing a little bit of direct maintenance on it, and another guy who's looking at a maintenance panel, just doing some readouts and such. And replacing Palpatine in the seat is the Cloud Queen, as she is known. So she is the primary proprietor of the supercomputer here, which is responsible for quite a lot of available rentable computing power. She is quite tyrannical. She is running a very, very tight ship. A lot of people dislike her, but also on the other side of things, a lot of peepers look at her as kind of a champion of the peepers, of the people, kind of a hero to the downtrodden, because she provides free computing or affordable computing power to people who, basically give her their loyalty. I know, not a very original kind of backstory, but it's what I decided. So yeah, she's just kind of overlooking the place, and she likes to spend a lot of time looking out this window over here and just contemplating, where she'll go next, what she'll do next, what she'll take over next, and the hangar where Vader's TIE Advanced is supposed to land. This has been turned into a landing and launching pad for a standardized kind of ISO style of small drone for general commercial use, small commercial use. Possibly some cargo carrying ones will come through here, but I haven't figured out exactly what this size and style will be primarily designed for, kind of in universe. But here you see one that's coming in, and this is sort of just a control tower of sorts. I took the base from the Death Star gun, since I had removed that from the lower level. Took the gun part off, attached that to the side, and now I've taken the base of it, brought it back into this build here, so I'm happy with that. A little bit more Star Wars stuff there, a little bit of Doctor Who. You've seen a couple of Doctor Who references now. Got some of the requisite needless conduit and piping and tangled up cords and stuff running around in a couple places. You'll see a little bit more of it very soon here. But the drones come in one direction, and then they come over here, and then they're going to drop down to a storage facility down below that is yet to be worked out. And the way traffic control will work is that there will be times when it's just taking in, this whole facility is just taking in the little flying things, and there will be times when it's just sending them out. So it'll kind of go in shifts, so you won't have cross traffic going on a continuous basis. Moving over towards the super laser, I did some stuff to the super laser, and I'm much happier with it. To be honest with you, much happier with it now than I was the last time I spoke to you. I added a bunch of stuff, and it's looking pretty crazy, as I believe it should. I believe that this is more along the lines of what is necessary here. I think it needs more wiring. I've got some in there, but some of them kind of got hidden away a bit. But I think I'm going to continue in this general direction. I'm just so much happier with this as it is now than I was previously. So yeah, maybe a little bit more fill in, but it just makes a lot more sense for the theme. Nothing else has changed down here. I mean, I've got one other guy who's been added in, you know, just around there. I think hopefully you saw the guy who was added back at the back a little bit more. Ninjago stuff added in there. I'll be, you know, crossing the themes throughout this. Nothing has changed here, but if you look up, well, that's been filled in. Let me actually take you up a little bit higher. Just a little bit higher, though. This is a peek into the world of high-stakes hollow gaming. So it's kind of, you know, a whole gambling room, but revolves around a bunch of people simultaneously playing kind of LAN party style almost, a single game, and each one sees their own display in the center of, you know, what they're looking at and what they're doing. And I've got this guy over here who is just kind of a gaming savant, so he doesn't even need to look at the display, if you will, in the center. We've got Drax back there with his controller upside down, but I mean, it's Drax, you know, Harbulary batteries. So what are you going to do? You gonna tell him he's doing it wrong? I don't think so. You're not going to be very successful at that. Harley Quinn is over here playing her own game on just a little portable gaming system. I have a feeling she's still going to win this round somehow, regardless, due to some devious ways. Got a Minecraft player back there who has wagered a compass as well. Wait, compass or clock? Compass or clock? Compass! I'm pretty sure. I've gotten that wrong before, and now my head is twisted up because of my previous mistake. That's a compass, though. I'm pretty sure that's a compass. Yeah, clock just shows time of day. But anyway, you know, just some little references, and I also got an extra one of R2-D2 from the Jabba sail barge. Same place I got the sails used over the workshop that I showed you in part 1 of this. So yeah, just, you know, bringing some different things together again, as I'm enjoying doing. What I have not figured out yet is what to do with this area here. These lasers must not stay. There is no reason for defense lasers. I mean, they don't even make sense to have in an underground space. No, just no, no, no. These have to go. And they can't just be used, just converted into some other kind of laser for doing some other kind of thing. That's just lazy. I cannot do that. I need to figure out some other use of this space. I would like to preserve the mechanism to turn things side to side up here. So possibly some sort of 3D, possibly physical advertisement up here could be used, especially when you consider that there are no access panels. There's no way to get into this space here. There's no pathway for people to get from the center elevator out to this balcony. So I'm still open to ideas. I still need ideas, obviously. I haven't figured it out myself. So yeah, if you have anything that you can think of for that, let me know. I'm still pretty stumped. I'm completely open to taking these out completely and, you know, putting something entirely different in there. I'm also completely open to using these in a clever manner, just with conversion again, you know, just changing their purpose entirely to something different. But yeah, I just haven't figured it out quite yet. I really want to hold on to this ability though. And similarly, the hangar area, you know, used to have that crane with the cradle that would hold Vader's TIE Advanced, and I still have the mechanism for that under here, but I need to figure out something to connect to it. Originally I was going to hang one of these little multicopters from it and you know, kind of allow it to be moved from side to side, but I didn't do that because I didn't want to have the string showing. So taking a step back, here's how it looks presently with the workshop up here, the hangar for drones here with storage space to be determined down here. This space can be used for something. It's probably just going to be extension for more drone storage. Communications hub here, including folks actually working on that, making sure it's fully tuned up at all times. The workshop continues over here. The trash compactor is going to remain a trash compactor. I'll probably convert its shape just a little bit, but most of it is going to stay and retain its purpose. That just seems like a perfect fit for this universe, for this world. I've got the black box here, the private bank and security deposit box sort of service, yes. And then we've got the gaming room, the private high-stakes gaming room up above. These need to be replaced with something or converted into something. And then this is the Cloud Queen's space with her supercomputer that she rents out. Very, very valuable, very, very lucrative. And the space down below here, I've already figured out what I'm going to do with this space, at least. This area I forgot to mention over here. Don't have any ideas for this just yet. I would like to keep the tractor beam control little hub, but it doesn't need to be right here. It could be moved somewhere else, and that doesn't need to have the little mechanism built into it either. I can remove that. I don't even remember how. Oh yeah, the mechanism was just right from here. That's not important to me, but I would like to keep that entire assembly. So this is figured out. This needs to be built up. Next section needs to be built up, and I'll probably do just a little bit of something down in the basement area as well. Mostly at this time looking forward to any ideas any of you may have for the turbo lasers, and other than that I will remain open to just general feedback and general questions and thoughts about this, because again, this is intended to fully be driven by your thoughts and your feedback and your desires. So far, thank you very much for pushing me in the cyberpunk direction. It is so far out of my wheelhouse. It really pushes me far out of my comfort zone in terms of art direction and design in general. I've always gravitated towards clean lines and smooth edges and things in design in my career in the past, and as well in just general recreational artwork. And this is just diametrically opposed to that, and yet I've actually enjoyed it very much. I would never have done this without the many suggestions from all of you regarding my Melonby district to go in this direction of doing the cyberpunk thing, and then also encouraging me to convert the Death Star itself in particular. I never would have done that on my own, but I'm glad that I am doing it. I'm actually enjoying it, even though it's so different from what I'm used to, and I like how it's turning out so far. So I'm going to continue at it. Let me know if you have any thoughts, and I will talk to you again soon.